Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Beach Soccer Talks 11. Today, I will tell you what beach soccer looks like from the eyes of a former referee. I am very excited and happy to take this chance. First of all, I would like to say special thanks to the beach soccer worldwide because this is the first time the referees become a part of beach soccer talks. It shows the value given to the referees. We should be noted that the referees are also part of the game. In the world, the beach soccer is very popular sport. It played in many countries. In this beautiful game, the referees are responsible for ensuring the justice, equality, and fair play according to the spirit of the game. Let's start with the numbers. Our topics are how many FIFA beach soccer referees in all over the world. In total of 35 tournaments were held around the world last year, including the World Cup. Many national teams and clubs teams took a part of these tournaments, and many games were played. FIFA referees took part of this tournament. FIFA and confederations make a great job, great efforts to develop to the referees. As the years passed, the referees number of the confederation are growing at the same time. In totally, we have 186 FIFA referees in all over the world. And EFC has 29 referees. CAF has 35. CONCACAF 16. CONMEBOL 34. OFC, Oceania Federation, is 2, and Europe from UEFA 69 referees. Let's took the percents. When you see this graphic, the huge part is from UEFA, is at 37%, and other part is EFC, CAF, CONMEBOL, EFC, CONCACAF, and OFC. Let's talk about the laws of the game of the beach soccer. As we know, the beach soccer is different laws than football 11. For example, we have only 5 players in each teams. And the dimension of the pitch is different than the normal football. As you can see, we have a very, very huge penalty area from red flag to the yellow flag. And there are unlimited substitutions in the beach soccer. And this is very important for the refereeing part. And we have 3 periods, and each period has 12 minutes. And if there is equality, we are going to be extra time in this one. And if its equalities continue, we are going to be a penalty shootout. And in the beach soccer, we have 4 referees. 2 of them is on the pitch, and the 2 of them is out of the pitch, in sitting down or standing down in the referee's table. The 3rd referee is responsible about the substitution procedures, and the timekeeper has a responsible of the clock. In beach soccer, we don't have any indirect free kicks. All free kicks are direct, like a direct. But we have 2 procedures. One of them is with cone, if teams own half or in the middle of the pitch. And other one, all players must be behind of the ball. In the beach soccer, there is no offside and the foot wears. We don't have shoes. But only possible you can cover your feet if you are injured. But your fingers and ankles must be open. We have ball in bounds. We said kick in and thrown in. You can use your hands and feet in this one. And the beach soccer is very faster game, and the spectators will enjoy about it. Let's continue with the most difficult part of refereeing, because in beach soccer we have some different laws, like 4 seconds, or different kind of free kicks, or we have special kicks we called scissor kick or overhead kick. Overhead kick or scissors kick is like a trademark of the beach soccer. Let's talk about it to the bicycle kick or scissors kick or overhead kick. I would like to show one clip, and I would like to explain something. In the scissors kick, the most important thing the referee should understand, the first, does a player has a possession of the ball? Because the law says if a player has a possession of the ball and he is starting to scissors kick, that means his opponents doesn't touch to him or his ball. If a player has possession of the ball and starting to execute the scissors kick, his opponent never touch him or his ball. A defender only jumps vertically to prevent the ball. Otherwise, the referees should decide to foul. In the beach soccer, the scissors kick is the spectacular movement of this game. We must protect to the scissors kick because the spectators wants to see a lot of goals from scissors kick. And we have another law, like, okay, let's go to the examples about the scissors bicycle kicks attempts. In the graphic, you can see some teams. The green teams are in the last World Cup. Their teams are qualified to the quarterfinals. For example, Italy, Switzerland, Japan, Uruguay, Russia, Portugal, Brazil, and Senegal. When you see this graphic, the graphic says something to the referees. For example, if the referees appoint the match between Italy to Switzerland, because the Italy has 25 attempts on the bicycle kicks and the Switzerland has 38 attempts on the bicycle kicks, the referees must understand these two teams are very, very attemptable to the bicycle kick, and the referees must aware about this. They make a plan about this situation with the referees team, in the referees team. For example, in the match between Brazil and Senegal, the referees must understand these two teams has a different style. They don't use the bicycle kicks. They use maybe playing on the ball in the ground, in the sand, or they play with the long ball. The most important of the refereeing part, they read the game, and the referees must prepare before each matches, and they must take an information like this and be prepared about it. Let's continue with the 4 seconds. This is the other law is important in beach soccer, and this law which makes beach soccer faster. The 4 seconds at the ball inbound, corner kick, goal clearance, inside the penalty area, is a special law of the beach soccer, and it is different than football 11. As we know, in when the ball is out of the play, for example, in thrown in or ball inbound or corner kick or goal clearance, when the player has a possession of the ball, the referee is going to be start the 4 seconds. This 4 seconds says us the players must be faster, because the spectators want to see the ball all time in active play. And we have another thing, players expect the standards counting from the referees in the 4-second rule. The referees must test themselves and take his standards. I'm sure that the standardizing counting automatically over time. Here, let's underline that it is important to concentration of the referees. For example, in this situation, if the goalkeeper or a player wants to waste a time, the referee must be aware about it, and he blow the whistle and starting to 4 seconds, and that means, hey player, you should be aware in the 4 seconds. Let's go to the other topic. In our topic, other topic is training during the pandemic. As we all know, the world is going to be through the difficult process these days. Now we have new concepts in our lives. Yes, I am talking about the pandemic COVID-19. Its effects to the teams, effects to players, effects to coaches, as well as the referees. Referees must always be ready for the future tournaments. This preparation is not only about the fitness, is not only about the physical. The referees should be prepared mentally, physically, psychologically, and make a match analysis, because referees evaluate many factors in their instant decisions. Referees should always be one step forward, and unexpected events always bring terribles. Referees should one step forward and should not get themselves surprised over. When we're speaking about the preparation, let's continue the referee's preparation part. I know many of referees serve in the tournaments in all over the world, and this is very difficult process to preparation. If the referees has a good process in preparation, it will have a positive effect on the match performance. The referees must be like an athlete in those days, because the referees never train for the fitness. They must be trained for the matches, because the correct positioning on the pitch is very important to take the correct decision. The most difficult part of the beach soccer is running on the sand in 3 periods, and the 3 periods means each period has 12 minutes. It's not easy, believe me. If referee can't take the right place, can't take the right positioning on the pitch, never take the correct decision, and the mistake will come. In this graphic, when you see the like of one house, the performances is the roof of this house, and the match preparation is the under this roof. But we have some pillars. We have 4 pillars of this home. The first is fitness. The referees must be all-time fit, because in beach soccer, we have unlimited substitution. That means the players has opportunity to substitute. but the referees must continue starting the match until end of the match. For this reason, the referees must be prepared in physically. And the second one, the knowledge of the laws of the game and the knowledge of interpretation of the laws is very important step for the referees preparation. The referees must be ready for any situation that will occur on the pitch. Sometimes when you wait and think on the pitch, sometimes you lost the control of the match. You must be aware and one step forward before something has happened. Referees should take more information about teams, players, and coaches. Information is the most important preparation step for the referees, because if you don't know the skills of the players, if you don't know the team's tactics and techniques or match styles, for example, attack play or defensive play, or when you don't know the positioning of the team on the pitch, you never take the correct decisions. For example, some teams has a special tactics on the corner kicks, or they have special tactics in the free kicks or kick off. The referees must read the game and must be prepared before them. The most important thing, if you know the teams, if you read the games, or if you be ready all time about information before the match, I'm sure the referees always give the correct decision. And the last pillar is our home is teamwork. As we say, the matches held in two teams. No, I think no, because yes, on the pitch we have team A and team B, but otherwise we have other team. The most important team for me is referees team, because on the pitch the referees is all time the part of the game. Collaboration between the referees improves the performances of the referees. Talent wins the game, but teamwork wins the championships. Never forget it. Maybe talent is carrying you one step forward, but if you have a good team and you can share your responsibilities in this team, I am sure that you can improve and you are going to be a World Cup final or some finals in each tournament. Let's go to the rules of the referees in the game. The question is how referees affect to the games, because we know that referees enforce the laws on the pitch. The audience always wants to be ball to be in active plays. For this reason, the referees should always pay attention to waste the time. The preventive refereeing contributes to the game in the management. Referees should be preventive against the time wasting, especially in free kick management and restarting the game, like corner kicks or goal clearance. The referees who reads the game well and understand the expectations has a positive effect on the game. The most important thing, what beach soccer wants from the referees. Contributing to speed and the flow of the game will allow the spectators to enjoy more from beach soccer. We should notice that the referees must be a good reader, because if a referee read the game perfectly, I am sure that the referees has a perfect performances on the match. Let's go to the other topic, and we should say about the development. Beach soccer has undergone a major change compared to the past 10 years. The biggest factor is the high number of organized tournaments and increased interest of players, teams, and spectators. Players and coaches always think about the development of the game, and they develop new tactics, new skills, new match styles. Many federations of countries are developing repeatedly in their local leagues, and this contributes a lot of international tournaments. What are we doing about the development? Preparation of the referees is very important of their development, because in beach soccer, the referees have to take a lot of decisions in a 1 minute. But there is positive side in this situation. Many of beach soccer referees are also football referee. For example, from Spain, Ruben Ayres as a second A division referee, or Inkılap Mamadov from Azerbaijan is a top referee from his country. When I spoke with these referees, they always tell me the difficult aspect of beach soccer gives them an advantage at the football, because beach soccer is very faster and they must decide a lot of situations in a 1 minute. Maybe 10 or 20 situations is happen in the 1 minute in beach soccer, and the referees must be aware of them. The beach soccer refereeing has also difficult because of the development. And what we expect from the referees? The referees part, the referees must talent. But talent is not enough for the best referee going to be a top referee. Yes, you must be talented, but you must hard worker. And you should have courage. And when you have all of these, if you are talent, if you are hard worker, if you have a courage, that means you have a success. I would like to share something about the future, because beach soccer is going to develop very quickly. What are our expectations about beach soccer in the future, and what kind of development we expect? In my point of view, beach soccer will develop very fastly all over the world. Refereeing should develop fast as the game. In our game will grow up. New generation will come, and I'm sure that they will carry the flag in a higher. I'm sure that in the future, the number of the referees will increase, and more female referees will be on the pitch, because I know that FIFA and confederations is work on it, and they give a chance to the referees development. For example, during the COVID-19 pandemic, FIFA made online seminars for referees. It's very fruitful for the referees. They always be ready because of the next step. But we should not forget that our commitment and cooperation should always continue. We are really, really lucky because we are a member of huge family. We will grow and develop together. I hope I could reflect the beach soccer from the eyes of the former referee. And before the end of this conversation, this short conversation, I would like to great thanks to the beach soccer world for giving this opportunity to the referee side. They show the value they gave the referees once again. Please stay in beach soccer, and most important, stay in safe during the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, now I'm speaking with Iñaki because he's the leader of the Facebook questions, and he said me there is no question. Okay, thanks. Sorry, we have one question. Okay, Mr. Juan Cusco asked a question about advantage. The advantage of the beach soccer is the most advantage of the beach soccer for comparing with the football 11 is faster game. When you are a referee on the pitch in beach soccer, when you are on the pitch, in the beach soccer, in 1 minute, there is a lot of situations is happen. For example, 10 situation or 20 situation. Sometimes you can blow the whistle or not blow the whistle, but you are always thinking about it. Because the beach soccer is very, very challenging sport, because you are challenged first for the sand, after challenge for your opponent. And for the referees, for example, I give some examples about Ruben Ruiz. He is the Spanish second A division referee, or Inkılap Mamadov from Azerbaijan. They are football 11 referee as well. When they compare with the beach soccer and the football 11, they said in beach soccer we decide a lot of situations, but in football 11 you have a time to recover yourself. But in beach soccer, you don't have a time to think and you recover yourself. You all time be aware and be concentrate. But that gives to the referees in 11 football, when its effect then is reflect to the 11 football, the referees always thinking like a beach soccer way. They always be concentrate, they always be aware about the situations. In beach soccer, we have a lot of situations like a challenges, like a trips, like a kicks. And the referees always think about it in the football 11, and they are be ready. Another way, the beach soccer referees are also very, very powerful because they are always running on the sand. When they go to the grass, his muscles are be ready for one. And another questions from Iñaki, I think so, because he writes on via WhatsApp. The questions come from Brian Essler. The question is, what is the best advice you can give to the referees interested on beach soccer? My first advice, please love the beach soccer, because if you love your job or your part in beach soccer, I'm sure that you can do your best, because the beach soccer takes a lot of time for you. For example, during the seasons, when you are an 11 football referee, your seasons is starting in like middle of the August and finish in May. And when the end of the May, the season 11 football season is finished, the beach soccer season is going to start, and you will continue. For this reason, you give a lot of effort to be fit, to prepare it. For example, you should go to the other countries for prepare yourself. For example, in Europe, Italy, Russia, Switzerland, Spain, Portugal, and other some countries have a really very good leagues. When you watch the matches, please focus to the referees, because when you watch a lot of matches, you can understand what referees do on the pitch. The whole time, please never forget it. Never forget it. Please put your mind on your heart, and when you go to the pitch, feel all of them. Because the most important thing, again, if you love your job, I am sure that you have success and you are going to be grow up. And please watch the beach soccer matches in social media or internet, because when you watch a lot of matches, that means you understand the new tactics of the teams. Okay, Iñaki, is there any question? Okay, we don't have no more question. Again, great thanks to Beach Soccer Worldwide for giving us to this opportunity. And again, please stay with beach soccer, and most important, staying safe in pandemic days. Thank you very much.